every day.
So today's adventures bring us to Bryson City, North Carolina, and we are going to take the road to nowhere. So this is actually sort of a local famous road here in the western part of North Carolina. In 1943 they started to build this road to connect Bryson City to Fontana, and they came up this way, built the road, built the tunnel, and then for reasons that we may find out later, they just stopped building it. So this road goes nowhere.
I'm hoping a bear doesn't come and creep upon it.
Being as the road actually dead ends, they say the traffic is not very heavy on this, and so we'll see as we go along. According to what we read quickly online, I think they said there's about an 1,800 foot climb from where we parked into the tunnel. And if that's the case, then it's going to be a nice ride on the way back. But we're doing this trail on July 11th. And when we took off, it was about 10 o'clock and it was about 73 degrees. It's supposed to get up to maybe 80 today. About a mile and a quarter in, and we get our first little reprieve here from the uphill climb. Actually a pretty big reprieve. Time to put the camera down, as Betsy says. Well, that was a nice little half-mile downhill section, but now right back into the climb. I know we've mentioned this previously on other videos, but you know, some people say electric bikes are cheating. Well, I guarantee you, I'm not doing this in a regular bike. So, and I am definitely pedaling right now to get up this incline. So I guess I would say we're getting a lot more exercise with the electric bikes than if we didn't have them. I know the video is more two-dimensional, but this is a pretty big climb right here. So hopefully we can get to the top here. Okay, 2 miles in and still haven't seen anybody else but us, so pretty good. Uh-oh, here comes another big climb. Alright, here comes another steep one. So we're about 3 miles in, and we've come to a little rest area type thing. If we'd have known that, we might have just brought our lunch with us today. And that would have been pretty nice, lunch with a view. We have reached as far as you can go with cars. So we're past the point where cars can go, and the road to nowhere is reaching the tunnel. Well, I got new lights on the bikes just for this reason, and we'll see how well our new lights do. So, it's pretty dark in here. Our new headlights are certainly better than the other ones, but, you know, probably wouldn't hurt to have some flashlights too. Alright. And we've made it out the other side of the tunnel on the road to nowhere. So we have reached the very end. Over here it goes into just a hiking trail. It says no bikes allowed. So this is the end of the road to nowhere.
I'm glad I braved it because it was worth it.
We have to go back through it.
I'm okay with that.
All right.
I made it through this way and it was nice and smooth. I can go back.
And here's a look at the tunnel coming back from the other side. And there's the light at the end of the tunnel. All right. Betsy's going exploring. Let's hope we don't see an old lady fall down. She keeps climbing. I said earlier that research said this was about an 1,800-foot climb. It is not continuous, so there is a lot of ups and downs. All told, there's a climb of 1,800 feet, but it's probably, 800, 1,000 feet going back down. So, yep, electric bikes come in handy on the uphills, and putting new brakes on our bike before we left for the summer trip is working really good on the downhill. Nice steady incline here. We're finally reaching the top of that incline. I think we'll stop here and take in the view.
The one thing about going up this, you got to make sure you don't have to go to the bathroom because there are no bathrooms. Unless you go in the woods, which I did, but it works.
Well, we tried to capture a number of the just gorgeous, beautiful views on this bike ride, but there is a lot of steep downhills. Well, not really steep, but steep enough that I certainly need to be holding on to both handlebars. So you'll just have to do the trail yourself to see a number of the other beautiful views, because there's one. But it's time for me to grab a hold of both handlebars. And we have made it back to where we parked, which is very close to the park entrance, so about 12 miles. We'll see what Betsy thinks.
I wasn't extremely excited about, going on this trail, but this way went over my expectations. Way more. And I'm kind of happy that we came back, and we still have tires on our truck because we're out in the middle of nowhere. But that was fun.